Alright, y'all. Welcome to the Dirty Folks Podcast. I'm Dirty Folks. Today I want to talk about Kobe. And not as the man. I've cried about this man for 2 days. Like, literally. Like, watching the testimonials from his friends and co-workers and peers and family, and it really kind of messed me up. But Kobe may have saved patriarchy. He very well may have. And this a man with 4 daughters may have been the catalyst for a whole bunch of sons. Here's why. Day one, when Kobe died, everybody was in shock. Everybody. And the news reports came out. And the first day of reporting on Kobe's death, 3 white liberal feminist women got fired. One because she called them the Los Angeles niggers. Another 2 because they just couldn't stop talking about the Colorado rape accusations and kept calling him a rapist. But he wasn't a rapist. Didn't spend a day in jail. Sure, he come through with 137,000 different semen. He was basically a dude who didn't do the 2-hour rule. You know that 30 minutes that it takes to convince her she not a hoe. Then the 30 minutes you fucking. Then the hour you let her chill and watch TV with you, so she doesn't feel like a hoe after the fact. He skipped that last hour. He got his, was like, get out, and she felt a certain type of way. But Kobe wasn't a rapist. But they kept talking about it like he was. So those 2 people got fired. So, okay, so the next day, I told myself, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see who gets fired on day 2, right? And instead, it was just so much vitriol from liberals, from liberal whites, and from liberal blacks. But most men are conservative because we conserve our resources, we conserve our time, we conserve our words. So when you say liberal blacks, you're really looking at 98% of women and like another 30-40% of dudes who were raised by their grandmas. And what I noticed on day 2, on the Twitter feeds and on the Reddits and on the Facebook, were not only, and it wasn't all black women, but the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And a few were just going viral for the vitriol they had toward this man about not being able to have his resources, about not giving a damn if his wife and kids and living parents and all the other people in his family that he supported will be alright because a black woman ain't get the money. Not the kids, not his legacy, not his lineage, not making sure he has his estate wrapped up. But some chick didn't get $500 million because she gave up some refurbished cat, and it resonated with guys. And the vitriol was so potent that even white women was like, "Damn, black women just do not give a fuck about their men." And men woke up. All the guys that maybe for the last 10 years, 20 years. Since I was in my late teens, I was like, yo, it ain't no unicorns. Those guys woke up, was like, damn, it ain't no unicorns. I thought it was a good one out here. They all hate us. We sleeping with the enemy, literally. Kobe did that. Kobe was the wake-up call, the call to arms, if you will, for patriarchy. I remember in the mid 1990s, early 1990s, probably was 1990, either 90 or 91. O.J. Simpson. Don't quote me on 90 and 91, because I might be thinking about the L.A. riots, and then the Bulls won in 91. So I might be thinking the L.A. riots in 90. I don't remember where I was when O.J. was in that white Bronco. I don't know where I was. But when O.J. killed Anna Nicole Smith, that was one of the most pivotal things that could happen for feminism. There are laws that are changed all the time to protect America from white men. From black men being with white women. There's a law called the Mann Act that was created for Jack Johnson, the first black heavyweight champion, and that was like in the 19 teens. And the Mann Act was like, it's illegal for a black man to take a white woman across state lines, because he used to ride around with white chicks, and back then they was driving, so he would just drive from state to state for his fights and take the white chicks with him, and they just made that illegal. There's a lot of laws that are created to keep black men from dating, because racism is as American as apple pie. Property tax is because black people. There was no property tax until the slaves got free, and that was used because they were supposed to give slaves land, but they didn't give slaves money, so then the state could take back the land if you didn't pay the taxes. So think about it. You never own anything. If they can take it back from you, you don't own your car, anything. All those things, every license pretty much was racist. Minimum wage was racist. Most laws in America are based on keeping black men impoverished. And O.J. put gas to that fire when he got accused of murder. And all of a sudden, they had draconian laws, for domestic violence. I remember I was dealing with a Keisha. Everybody dealt with a Keisha. All Keishas ain't shit. I remember I was dealing with a Keisha, and this chick would call me at work to argue, and I hang up on her. And I come home, the police there. Talking about, man, she called and said you threatened to hit her. We got to take you in to cool down. The fuck? Draconian laws. To the point that now, 20 years later, you scared to argue with your girl because she got 9-1 pressed on the phone already, waiting to push the other one as soon as you even yell back at her. She waking up at 2 in the morning saying she had a dream you cheated, and call the police. You wake up to flashlights in your eyes. Because all power corrupts, so you can't give toddlers power. They just goofy. This may be the most pivotal. This Kobe death may be the most pivotal change in the demeanor and the culture of men in maybe 70 years. 70 years. Because for 60 years they've been pushing feminism and LGBT and domestic violence and affirmative action, which once again is against men, because as soon as they said, yo, you gotta hire black people too, they took it down from black, told you were a minority, like it's something minor about you. And then said women were minorities too, even though they was 51% of the country, so how they minor? And then gave all those affirmative action jobs to white women. So they even took that away from you. And black women, because they're a double minority, so they get a double tax break for black women. So you're right back where you started. All these laws are against black men. But laws come from a place of public safety. Laws come from a place of public consensus. What's the meter? in 1996, they asked Clinton for gay marriage. The climate of America wasn't ready for it. 2016, 20 years later, they asked Obama, okay, cool, gays can get married. Climate dictates legislation. And maybe Kobe's death will, but the climate begins with whatever the culture that we're living in at that time. And I believe wholeheartedly that the vitriol, the hate, the disdain that liberals heaped upon Kobe Bryant has changed and hardened the resolve of a lot of people who really don't know where to go now, though. They don't know what to do. And I can help you guys with that. I'll continue to make a better effort at doing the tolerology course. I just suck at the graphics, and I just want it to be right. But I may just put the content out there and we can remix it later. But I knew this was going to happen. I've been yelling for 15, 20 years it was going to happen. I wrote this book in 2007, 2008. How to Screw in 72. Men's Guide to Getting Sex in 3 Days or Less. It sounds like a MacBook, but really it's a book about sociology. It's a book about human patterns and behavior. Because there's only 6 types of people. You know what type of person you're dealing with. So you don't have to know their individual story. You just have to know what box to put them in. And you can move accordingly. You know the difference between a guy you see in a suit every day and a guy you see with their pants hanging on their ass every day. You know what type of people they are by the way that they carry themselves. You don't have to know their name. You don't have to know their story. You don't know how to get their money. You know what I'm saying? You can pretty much guess, okay, dude got his pants hanging out. He probably smoke blunts, pop mollies, do dumb shit. Ain't got tattoos on his face. He ain't working. You can tell his story and never know his name because he's in that box. And there's only a certain amount of boxes. Chapter 6. You guys can't see this. I'm just going on the table of contents. Chapter 6 talks about how to use passive force, how to create the motives that fit the girl, fit the person. It's human behavior, but you don't worry about that with guys, because y'all figure out guys. It's something about vagina that make y'all think it's different. But are they opportunistic people? It's like, can you just jingle something shiny in front of them? Are they compulsive? Like it has to be right now. You know what I'm saying? Are they like the party type? So they just really in it for the fun. They don't want any structure or discipline. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. You know, $40 is $40. Or they want to be the cheerful companion. And there's a couple of more in that. And it tells you how to evaluate every person and play it accordingly. And as a matter of fact, that's required reading for the advanced courses for tolerology. So you guys take the course. If y'all want to go all the way to the master courses, y'all have to read that in the advanced courses anyway. And just going off of that, just going off of human behavior, people tired, man. They're tired now. Once the problem with men was there was a gender war. There was a battle of the seconds. And guys didn't know that he was in a fight. He didn't know. Y'all know now. But when people were telling you that before, you was like, yo, y'all are crazy, man. Y'all hate women, man. I'm like, nah, it's none of that. But I know when I'm in a fight. You've been taught your whole life, don't hit girls back. You've been taught your whole life to defer. You've been taught your whole life that you equal, but you're not. You better than girls. Girls don't know nothing. Girls got 100 degrees and still getting pregnant by a nigga that read at the 3rd grade level. They don't know nothing. Everything you were taught from these liberal school systems into these liberal mothers was a lie. I don't have time to break down and build up everybody. I don't have time to explain everything to everybody. But I can put the infrastructure and the framework out there so y'all can understand why I'm saying what I'm saying about Kobe may have done a 10-year jump in one day. It's tragic. My heart goes out to his family. I don't even know that man, and I cried about him for a whole day. I don't even know that man. I cried because T-Mac cried. I cried because Stephen A. Smith cried. Empathy is part of life. But so is self-preservation. So is self-evaluation. So is survival, man. You know what I'm saying? To be aware, to be alive, and survival is the number one rule of life. You're sleeping with the enemy, literally. You're sleeping with a motherfucker that will get you killed or kill you financially, and you don't have any recourse. And that's your fault. It's your fault if you think you black. It's definitely your fault. Because when you think you black, you include everybody. Motherfuckers that's not even in your tribe. If I thought I was a Native American, I would know if I'm Iroquois or Blackfoot or Chickasaw. You know what I'm saying? Seminole. I would know my tribe even if I was in it. You couldn't tell me, y'all Indians. I'm like, nah, nigga. I know my tribe. Y'all going with black and y'all including your enemies, and you trying to save your enemies while you trying to save yourself, and they trying to put holes in the boat. Y'all crazy. But y'all know y'all crazy now because Kobe died so y'all could live. This is almost Jesus-like. This video longer than I wanted it to be, but I wanted to say what I said. For everything that OJ may have started going on the downward slope, Kobe may have put on the upper slope. Even white women had to find out that they might be racist, they might let you be sexist, but the men who write the checks like sports more than they like girls. Because girls is annoying, but Kobe brings you joy. Anyway, man, love each other as you love yourself. Feed the pack.